This is the Sports Hit List by the fans for the fans.
Everyone's going to co-sign the Chiefs win this one. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Let me say this, right? It's going to be a far better and closer game than we would have said a week or two ago. I'll give them that. This past weekend, we did see a Texans team that, at its peak during this season, we said could be a contender, right? They got the running game going a little bit more. The defense showed up and played like it did for about a 6 or 7 week stretch in the middle of the season where they look like the best defense in the league. So if that team comes to play, at the very least, we're going to get a really good game. I mean, not hard to do compared to the games we got this past weekend, but yeah, the Chiefs should be able to take this one.
Okay, I know it's true because Travis has been quiet, so I know he has nothing to say. If Travis got nothing to say, that means
I agree with Rick on that. That team was, if the team that showed up, what was it, Saturday in Houston, shows up in Kansas City, they'll make a game out of it. But how many times have we seen that Houston team throughout the season? Not many times. True. So was it a flash in the pan, or was this, them flipping the proverbial playoff switch? You know what I mean? We'll have to see.
I know. When I come on these shows, I do a lot of entertainment, right? And I don't want to wave the entertainment flag for last week's pick'em performance, but this week I'm going to be a little bit more serious. We got to give the Texans more respect, all right? And I say that because
I tried to last week.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Carl, because we seen these two teams play about a month ago, and the Texans dominated that game pre-Tank Dell catastrophic injury, right? Like. They were able to control Mahomes in the pocket. He ended up throwing the ball 41 times in that game. They were winning late in the third quarter, right, going into the fourth. Injury happened, and then the Chiefs happened, right? They rise to the occasion late. We know what the Chiefs are capable of, but C.J. Stroud was out there. I think he had 250 yards passing, 2 TDs. One of the picks was fluke. That was the return of Nico Collins' first game back. If Joe Mixon is able to do what he did on the ground, they have a shot in this game because we know defensively they're stingy when they're playing smart football. Terrell is out. Not Terrell. Homeboy from LSU was out there picking passes off.
Stingley.
We know what Will Anderson and all those invested Deshaun Watson assets are doing. All of them are getting busy. Every single one of them. They all came from Nick Saban's Alabama team. Kwame Lassiter, Will Anderson the third. The linebacker, it's like they went and got everybody from the SEC, and they've got athletes on the other side of the ball. So if C.J. Stroud can just play smart football, they have a chance. But the Chiefs King to me says, you're talking – the biggest asterisk in this matchup is 23 days of rest for the Chiefs. So they gave them that crazy stretch with 3 NFL games in 11 days, which has never happened before because they wanted to feature for Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything else. I don't think we've ever seen an NFL team have a month off and then have to play a playoff game. So that, to me, is how fast you can start. We know the Chiefs can finish, but how fast can he start? And I'm going to give you a stat real quick because I know Carl's a stat guy. The last time the Chiefs had more than 14 days rest and went into a divisional home game, they were losing 21-0 to, guess who? Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans in Arrowhead Stadium. And then they pulled off magic and dropped 50 points in 3 quarters. I don't know if that Chiefs team can do that today and score 50 points. So it's not the 8.5 spread. Y'all know how I get when anything's more than a touchdown. I get a little dicey, but I'm gonna take my boys at 8.5. So I'm going Chiefs, but I don't think it's as crazy as you guys think.
So what you're saying is that the days off is a disservice to the
absolutely. In the NFL, it's about repetition. You only get 1 week off in the season. When you start giving teams 2-3 weeks of non-contact injuries, sure. You get people getting rest and recovery, but speed, you cannot replicate game speed and physicality in today's sport without playing every week. And we've seen it in that Eagles game too, the first half. They look real light. They look soft against Green Bay, but Green Bay just looked bad, right? If it was a better Green Bay team early, that upset pick wasn't far-fetched. So I'm just saying 24 days off is scary if I'm a Chiefs fan. If they don't start fast, it could get
a disaster.
Moving along to our 8:00 matchup on Fox, we have the Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Lions. Well, Rick, I heard the comment first. You want to address this first? What's going on? Talk to me.
Listen, man. I think I don't know if it's crazy to say, if it's cliche to say, but all eyes, all pressure is on Detroit this weekend. I think this is of all the teams playing this weekend, they've got the absolute most pressure in their matchup, in their entire situation. We was talking about it earlier. You know,
I disagree with that.
Apparently the most. Go ahead. What's up?
I disagree with the pressure. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna revisit it.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently this is the most expensive NFL ticket ever, non-Super Bowl wise, the most expensive NFL ticket ever, averaging something around 900. Lowest get-in price is like $6. You know, obviously this is a team that's been trending towards this over the past couple of years, and they finally got to a spot. You know, you go back maybe like the past 3 years where the way their season ends, it's like, all right, if we can get that one extra step. And each of the last 2 seasons, they've gotten that one extra step to the point where now you are the number 1 seed. You've got home field advantage all the way through. The hype is real. And it's more than hype because many believe, you know, it's gone far beyond hype and you've got nothing but believers. But here comes this team in Washington that nobody expected to be here. Many still say shouldn't be here. And for some reason, just will not go away. Led by a really good looking rookie QB who continues to go out there and really do his thing, make great decisions in split second situations that you generally don't see a rookie QB doing. The things that Jaden Daniels is able to do within that offense, and then a defense as well, very young, that kind of matches that same energy. This is a formula that is built for disaster for the Lions. I honestly believe there is no other team that has more pressure on them this weekend to win their game. I will take the Lions to go over by a little bit, but they're going to sweat it out, man. This ain't going to be one of those, you know, blowouts or, you know, 2-3 score games. More importantly, I can honestly see a situation where, you know, those that going for it on 4th down, we know that's the Dan Campbell way. We know that's the Lions way. I feel like we're going to get to a situation where it's like, even they're going to be like, nah, go ahead and kick the field goals, or nah, go ahead and punt, because we don't want to have to deal with the anomaly that can potentially be on the other side of that field.
All right. So we got Rick on with the Lions. Manny, let me ask you who you got here in this game.
Give me the Lions 27-21. And I do agree. And Carl, you're kind of wilding right now with the whole not that much pressure for the Lions. I do agree with Rick.
You see,
they're going in as one of the top teams.
Okay, but to be fair, context. He says this is they have the most pressure out of the games.
Yes,
we still have not addressed the Ravens and the Bills. We put pressure on Lamar Jackson. We put pressure on Josh Allen, and we're going to sit here and talk about the Lions having pressure. There are 2 teams who are playing in the main event on Sunday.
That's the NFC team. That's the NFC. We're talking about the NFC.
But again,
right now,
but Rick's comment was, again, in the playoff right now, he did say the Lions. That's why I was specifying.
Come on, Carl. Don't try to that devil's advocate shit.
No, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying what he said.
He's still right at the end of the day.
The Lions got the most pressure. You know why? Let me tell you why the Lions got the most pressure.
I disagree.
Expectations equals pressure, right? The Celtics had pressure last year. So, man, they won it all. If they didn't win, we got to make changes. All right, we've seen this story before.
We've been having this conversation about the Bills and expectation.
It's not the same. Let me tell you why it's not the same, Carl. I see where you're going with the Bills thing, but let me tell you why it's not the same. We had that expectation for Josh Allen, but we never expected the Bills to be a Super Bowl team, ever. They expect the Lions to win it all this year. They came in favored to win it all. And if you looked at the playoff futures, they were favored to win it all at minus 300, plus 300 this year. They are favorites to win the Super Bowl. So if you don't come out there and beat a rookie quarterback, we're going to be saying the same thing we just talked about with Minnesota. No, that's just a regular season team, bro. At home, to Rick's point, you got the most expensive tickets in NFL history, and everybody's there with the exception of Aiden Hutchinson. We expect the Lions to not only come out and win, we expect them to dominate. And so does the Vegas spreads at 10 points. They are supposed to come out and dominate. And if they don't, I don't know. But I'm with Rick, man. If Rick's a Vegas guy, I'm a Vegas guy, right? This is the definition. The Commanders are coming into this the same way I get off the plane at gate 47. Okay, when I get to McCarran.
My man know the gate. He know the gate.
The money in my pocket. If I lose, I don't care, bro, because I'm expected to have a good time.
Yeah.
The Lions are showing up the way I show up to Las Vegas, Nevada, with a few $100 in my pocket. Don't care what happens when I play blackjack, and that's what they are. And when you play with house money, you can have a good time. And the difference between this matchup, we know the Commanders can score. We know Dan Quinn has the capability of shaking things up. Detroit needs to run to be able to throw. If they're not able to run the ball early, if they're losing early, now we're expecting Jared Goff to be something we know he's not. We know that Jared Goff and Sam Darnold are twin brothers. We know that already. We've seen it already on the big stage. And I'm telling you, Dan Quinn is bringing heat, baby. If there's one thing Dan Quinn going to do, he going to blitz the quarterback. And that is not something that Jared Goff likes to see. So give me an upset, baby. You know, it's not a poll week if I don't give you an upset. Give me Jaden Daniels being Lamar Jackson, because that's what you need. You need Jaden Daniels to be Lamar Jackson tomorrow on Saturday night. You need Jaden Daniels to be Michael Vick in 2005. You need somebody that's going to dice them up, move around the pocket, extend plays, and make shit happen. And I'll tell you, Scary Terry might have a field day against Detroit. So give me the upset, baby. Rick was close. He was this close to the upset line. But I'm
like
going
it. Don't worry.
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.